All right, so I want to talk to you about weight classes. Obviously, you've fought a few. I want to kind of know what's your mindset going in when you decide to change to a different weight class and where do you hope to be?
I just get in where I fit in. I haven't fought all year, and this is the first fight that they offer me. So middleweight, light heavyweight. Just give me enough time to either cut weight or get swole, and I'll show up.
So it's not a decision, you're not going saying, I want a light heavyweight fight or I want a middleweight fight. It's I want a fight, whichever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I embrace challenges and, fighting in a heavier weight class, it's I enjoy fight week a little bit more. I have a wider variety of foods that I can eat. It's not so strict and regimented. But at the same time, getting ready for a fight, I like that strict, regimented lifestyle leading up to a fight. So, it's a, catch-22 kind of thing.
So what does that do to your body to go back and flop and back and forth? Has it been a struggle?
Nah, not really. When I fight at 85 or middleweight, it's usually just the last 2 or 3 pounds that are a pain. But, my wife, she cooks all my meals and tells me what to eat. I don't know anything about micros and macros and when to eat carbs and when not to eat carbs. So, she literally just tells me when to eat and what to eat. And, she'll cook it and I'll just eat it. And then she only comes at the end of the week, so when I travel for fights, she sends me with the food, and it's literally labeled Monday breakfast, Tuesday lunch, Thursday snack or whatever. So, my life is pretty easy. But obviously, I get to be more of a glutton and, enjoy. Like last night, I had a Reese's. I can never do that at middleweight. So. It is what it is. I just enjoy fighting, and whatever I got to do to make the weight for whatever weight class, I'm cool with it.
So you don't have you kind of have said pluses and minuses for both, but do you want to, not that you necessarily have a weight class you want, but do you want to stick in one weight class? Is it like that, is it going back and forth hard? Do you want to finally find somewhere that you fit?
I think the ultimate goal is to win a belt. I think the road is much shorter at 205. You see guys like Thiago Santos, Anthony Smith, they win 2 or 3 fights and they're fighting for a belt. So, for the ultimate goal, I think 205 is the weight class to go. But, like I said, I enjoy fighting, and I just feel like I'm going to be here for a while. So, I can take middleweight fights, I can take, light heavyweight fights, and, eventually I'll get there one way or another.
And do you have a prediction for your fight?
I don't see this fight going to the judges at all. I think this fight ends with somebody on their back, and I'm quite confident it'll be me standing on my feet.
And your predictions for the co-main and the main event?
I think that Israel Adesanya gets Calvin. I think his wrestling defense, Israel's wrestling defense is really good. He manages range and distance, and he's much longer than Calvin. So, I think that he'll be able to keep Calvin away and if not finish him, edge out a decision.
And the main event?
I'm going with Poirier, man. I've been watching him walk around the hotel all week. He seems to have a chip on his shoulder, really enjoying it. But, I think there's few people who enjoy fighting more than Max Holloway does. But, Poirier's already got the win over him one time, so I think the chip on the shoulder and the the confidence knowing that I've already beat this guy. Max has already tasted the UFC gold, so I don't think he's quite as hungry as Poirier, so I'm going to go with Poirier.
And one last question. Are you the type of fighter that has an opponent in mind ahead, or do you just focus on the fight?
I'm just focusing on the fight. So, me and Darren Stewart went back and forth, and probably the most polite, friendly. It wasn't like a Twitter beef or anything, but somebody said, hey, I was looking for a fight earlier, and they said, oh, you and Darren Stewart would be good, and then, one thing led to another, and he was like, hey, dude, I'd like to fight you, yada, yada, yada. So, maybe we fight him, but, sometimes the UFC has other things in mind.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.